I'm Bobby Dutta. I co-chair SDAC. Please know that this event is being recorded and will be broadcasted through YouTube later. A couple of ground rules. To avoid an echo, please be sure to mute speakers and microphone in one device if using multiple devices. If you do not hear the echo, then you are most likely the one that causing the echo. If not speaking or asking a question, mute your microphone. Ask questions. Using the chat functions, questions will be addressed in the order that they're received. You can also raise hand and we will alternate between chat functions and responding verbally. So we have our first esteemed guest who's a return to us victorious in her recent campaign is Fiona Ma, Treasurer, 34th State Treasurer. She was elected in November of 2018 and recently also got reelected with majority vote in her favor. She is the first woman of color and the first woman certified public accountant, CPA, elected to the position. State Treasurer's Office was created in California in 1849. It provides financing for schools, roads, housing, recycling, and waste management, hospitals, and performs many other functions. California is the world's 5th largest economy, and Treasurer Ma is state's primary banker. She office possessed more than $2 trillion in transaction within a typical year. She provides transparency, oversight for the government investment portfolio accounts, as well as state surplus funds. So without further ado, I give you Treasurer Ma. Treasurer Ma, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. And I also have my experts, Dante Allen, as well as Ann Osborne, on this call to answer any questions that you may have. But number one, thank you for your leadership. Happy holidays to everyone on the call. We are really here to talk a little bit more about CalABLE and how your members can help us spread the word, especially now during the lame duck session. So some of you know that the passage, CalABLE was created as a result of the passage of the federal Stephen Beck Jr. Achieving a Better Life Experience Act of 2014. So that was when CalABLE was created at the federal level in 2014. And then the state of California, we launched our CalABLE program in 2018. And Dante Allen has been the executive director of that program since that time. So since we launched, more than 8,000 accounts have been opened with Californians saving and investing nearly $80 million in their CalABLE accounts. But we know that there are many, many more individuals who qualify and who could take advantage of this program. So we're asking folks, number one, have you opened up a CalABLE account? If you can raise your hand. If you haven't, perhaps you can think about it and reach out to our experts or our website, www.calable.ca.gov. Very extensive website with Q&A, etc. But essentially, anyone who has been diagnosed with a disability before the age of 26 years old, they can save up to $16,000 in their own name in a savings account. It is post-tax, so it's similar to a Roth IRA, where you can put aside money, and if you need it for any type of medical needs, a wheelchair, a cane, going to an appointment, sometimes going on vacation, believe it or not, that money can be withdrawn so that you can make sure that your medical needs are taken care of. In addition, right now, we have been working closely with the federal government on the Able Age Adjustment Act. This would increase the onset of disability to the age of 46 years old. That would include another, I think, 6 million individuals, as well as 1 million veterans who would then qualify to be able to open a CalABLE and save money. And this really has been a game changer, especially for parents with small children who are always worried if something happens to them, what happens to their child, who's going to take care of their child, are they going to have their own money? And so this is a great way, not only for some peace of mind, but also for some independence for these individuals. So it is a great program, but we need more help in reaching out to folks. So if there's a way that you have newsletters, social media, different networks that you're involved in, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to come and provide an expert speaker and be able to answer any questions that people may have. So right now, the ABLE age adjustment is being proposed during this lame duck session. So I personally reached out to Senator Alex Padilla, Senator Feinstein, Speaker Pelosi, and a couple of other key individuals that I know to try to make sure that they prioritize and keep the ABLE age adjustment in the final package that they will hopefully be voting on before the end of the year. So if you could also do that, if you have a favorite congressman, senator that you are really close with because you do a lot of advocacy with, or their staff members. Staff members are great too, because then they'll say that, oh, you know, our constituents have been calling us to make sure that the ABLE age adjustment, you know, stays top of mind. If anyone has any questions, please always feel free to email me at askfiona@treasure.ca.gov. Catherine Asprey, that is her main job, is to answer constituent emails, calls, text messages, to try to help you not only with disability issues, but with anything. Like if you didn't get your middle class tax refund, you threw out your envelope, because it does look a little bit suspicious, like a, you know, prepaid or credit card solicitation, even though it did have red letters that said, don't throw this out. This is your middle class tax refund information. I'm sure a lot of people did. If you have issues with EDD, the Franchise Tax Board, the Labor Department, or whatever question that you may have that you cannot get an answer for, please feel free to reach out to us. So I don't know, Dante, if you have anything to add.
I think you did a great job, Treasurer Ma, but I think the main thing, especially for statewide DAC leaders, understanding that many disabilities are qualified for ABLE eligibility, CalABLE eligibility, and this is a program where you can save and potentially grow your money. And not worry about income taxes, as long as when you use the money, you use it for qualified disability expenses, which are the everyday expenses of living a life with a disability.
And you can also send around a gift link. So
Sure.
Family and friends can help, you know, help with your funds. Instead of giving you a gift or a gift card, you can tell them, hey, you know, it'd be great if you wanted to help contribute something to our CalABLE account. Bobby, since I also have you, can I just pitch one more program, new program that we have?
Absolutely. The floor is
great.
yours.
Thank you. So the governor and the legislature have been very, very generous to our next generation, our kids, trying to lift them out of poverty and keep them out of high student loan debt. So for any newborn born after July 1st, 2022, they will get a child savings account in their own name, anywhere from $25 to $100. If they link their child savings account to their scholarship account and open up a new account, then they will get could get $100, and that money will grow for 18 years until the child decides to go to higher education or a certified apprenticeship program. This is free money. But a lot of people, you know, when you say free, they always think that there's strings attached. So this is free money for any newborn. In addition, any 1st through 12th grader on free and reduced lunch will get $500 in their child savings account. If they are homeless, they'll get another $500. And if they are a foster child, they will get another $500. So this is free money for our young people, but you do have to sign up. And so most, we're reaching out to superintendents and principals and school boards to try to reach out to parents. But we know that some parents are still not going to do it. They don't believe it. They just don't want to register, but this is free money for them. In addition, we have a new program that we are starting here at the Treasurer's Office, and that is the HOPE accounts. These accounts will be open for any child who lost their parent or parents to COVID or are a foster youth for 18 years. So longtime foster youth will be able to open up a HOPE account, and similar to all of my other savings accounts, CalABLE, CalSavers, ScholarShare 529. This is another tool for parents and children to take advantage of. So it's in the chat. Thank you, Gloria, for putting all that information in, but there's a lot of money. The last 2 years, we had a healthy surplus. And so the governor and the legislature have been trying to invest in programs that are going to create long-term independence and stability and peace of mind for our residents, our parents, and our kids. So thank you, Bobby, for this opportunity just to introduce those new programs to you.
Absolutely. Really appreciate the wealth of information that you shared with us. One of the common thing that a lot of people are talking about is the middle class tax refund. You mentioned that people may not be fully aware of that, and the envelope comes in a way that it could be considered not legit. But what's in it and how much could people benefit from this?
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me get my little graphic. Hold on. Rita, can you get my middle class tax refund graphic out of my purse? Okay, so Bobby, 90% of California taxpayers are going to or have received their middle class tax refund. If you filed electronically, it will go into your bank account, but many people are going to get an envelope in the mail that does not have a logo. It looks very suspect. It has a prepaid card that's in the person's name, but people are going to be like, I don't need a card. Is it in here? Oh, maybe I left it in the car. Maybe I left it in the car. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get another one. But basically it's a white envelope and it says in red letters, do not throw out. This is information about your middle class tax refund in red. And then it just has the taxpayer's name. And then when you open it up, there is a plastic card in the person's name with instructions on how to activate it. So if people have lost it, we will let you know. Also, Gloria is putting the information on the website. There is a calculator. So if you're not sure whether you qualify before you panic, you can go to the Franchise Tax Board middle class tax refund calculator. They ask you for about 5 different questions. How much did you report in income in 2020? What was your filing status? And then it will tell you if you qualify for $300 or up to $1,050. That is with, parents, 2 parents with, kids, they can get up to a maximum of $1,050. And the refund envelopes and direct deposits started in October, and they will go till February, I believe.
That is really good piece of information. So the moral of the story is if you see something coming from Treasurer Ma's office in a
it's not from my office. That's the problem. There's no logo. It just is like, this is your information. So that's why it's a lot of people, I think, probably threw it out already if they
and if they happen to throw it out, they have to go through the process of getting a replacement when they do. discover that
Yes.
they threw away good money?
Yes, so they have to call the bank and to get a replacement card. I did do a video. I don't know if there's a way we could play the video, but I did do a like, this is your refund, don't throw it out. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be great if you could play it, fine. If not, if you could send us the link, we will attach that
okay,
on our summary report, which will go out along with the video recording of this.
perfect.
So whichever way it works for you,
Okay,
Treasurer Ma,
we'll send you the link, and then if people lost or didn't get the card, we'll send the link and the calculator so they can check. And if they think that they threw it out, we will give you the information on how to order a new one.
And this Hope account that you just spoke of, that's fully in effect right now?
No, the legislature just passed it. The governor put money into this fiscal year. We are actually waiting for the authority to hire our executive director any day now. And then once that happens, our first meeting is going to be early 2023, and we will keep you all in the loop about that as well.
Great. We also heard some reports that in 2022 or 2023-2024 state budget may be experiencing some deficit, or at least there's been talk about that. If that were to happen, are any of the program that you just mentioned are going to be affected by it?
No, I mean, the LAO has predicted right now about a $25 billion deficit. But these programs have been funded. These are, consumer products. So it's really up to us, to actually fund it, contribute, send around the gift link. And I was really encouraged during the pandemic over the 2 years that more people opened up accounts, put more money into their savings. And so people are understanding, thinking about the future, right? Pandemic, downturn, and that's usually when people, top of mind. And right now, through December 17th, if you open up a Scholarshare 529, we do have a $50 gift card incentive program. And so that is also, if you follow me on Twitter at Fiona Ma, I just posted information about that program last night.
That's great. I mean, getting hooked up to the treasurer's office, a huge benefit of saving money, getting free money, and all sorts of financial gains that can be derived by our average Californians. So always stay connected to Fiona Ma's office.
Thank you. We have, here's one more program coming.
Sure.
We are going to help with down payment assistance for first-time low-income taxpayers who want to buy their home. We know that saving, the 20% for the down payment is not doable for a lot of, working families, people on disabilities. And so we are going to help with that with no fees, no points upfront. And then we will recoup some of the, earnings on the back end when the taxpayer when the homeowner sells their home or refinances it after maybe 10 years or so. So look for that program. That is under the California Housing Finance Authority, and they are working on the guidelines as we speak. And then we also got $1 billion from the federal government to help more small businesses, entrepreneurs, people are having a hard time accessing capital. So the $1 billion is going to go for loan loss reserves and loan loss guarantees for our participating lenders. So my program is under CalCAP for small business. Gloria, maybe you could put that in the chat. And then the iBank also has a program that they loan out, and then they are going to start a venture capital fund to try to get more women, minority, BIPOC folks capitalized, because we know these smaller folks are not in the venture capital pools, and so therefore they are not able to access some of the VC money. So we are going to be doing a little bit of that through the iBank.
And so I assume that you have an outreach program already lined up or discussed.
We will be. We have my newsletter where we're always, if you want to stay up to date, please sign up for my newsletter. We're doing all these type of webinars. Like I said, I usually post on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, any new programs, grants. 2 new ones are coming out for shuttered venues, for example, and then also to hire more people with disabilities. Grant money given to businesses to be able to hire more people with disabilities. So that also is opening up as well. So could use your help on promoting that program.
Absolutely. And not only SDAC can promote that, we also work with other like-minded nonprofits, one of which a past president of ACSID is present here, Dan Clark. And we will be happy to promote and distribute that, especially if it benefits person with disabilities or anyone for that matter. We're always willing to chip in and help out. You mentioned about that 20% down payment program, and it would qualify person that have limited income. What's the income limit to qualify for that program?
Yeah, so right now, CalHFA is working on those. So if you have any input, you're interested, we can get you the contact person so that you at least, can represent the community so that you're at the table. Because a lot of times, we develop these rules and regulations, and then people will say, well, we don't even qualify because it's too high for us, or, you didn't include that, or you excluded this. So that's why it's important right now. So they are working on it. And that is through the California Housing Finance Authority.
California Housing Finance Authority, the mechanism of advocating for our group or the group that we represent would be through the California Housing Authority, and just showing up there and letting them know that we're interested, providing input into the program. Is that the mechanism?
Yeah, Bobby, I will get you the contact information, and maybe you can reach out to them and ask them, hey, are you going to have webinars? Is there a public comment period? Would you like us to send in letters or show up at a meeting? I don't know what the most recent outreach way to communicate is right now, but we will get that to you as well.
Great, terrific. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Do we have any questions for Treasurer Ma from the audience? If so, you can put it on chat or raise your hand and unmute. Looks like Mr. Clark, ACSID past president, just raised his hand. Go ahead, Dan.
Just wanted to get clarification. Currently, CalABLE eligibility is eligible for what age? What was the age group? I kind of missed the beginning.
26 and below.
Oh, right now, 26 or below. Okay.
Right. And then at the federal level, we are trying to increase it to 46 years old.
Okay.
And just to clarify, it's if your disability began before age 26.
Oh, began. Okay. So if somebody was to get an injury, let's say they're 24 right now and they have an injury, head injury or something like that, and they'd be eligible. But anybody older, okay.
That would be.
All right. I think this is a great program. I've been working disability for 35 years, and there's been a lot of new programs here, the Social Security and so forth, a lot of incentives to help people go back to work. And I think it's great. So thanks. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. And Dante, welcome again. Dante has been presenting at, he was a past guest at SDAC and did a wonderful job of presenting and talking about CalABLE. So I'm glad to see you're back. What are the possibility of getting this CalABLE age 248 passed and fully implemented?
It'd be to 46. And we're very optimistic. This is something that we've been working on for the last, actually it's been going on for the last 4 years, but in earnest, it's been in Congress for the last 2. We're very hopeful that we can get it across the finish line before the end of the year.
Yep, and we've got a lot of bipartisan support. So again, if you are close to any of your senators, your congressmen, or any of their staff, it would be great if you could just ping them or make a call just saying, hey, you know what, we really need to get the ABLE Age Adjustment Act passed, so please tell your boss to support it.
And it's commonly referred as ABLE Age Adjustment Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
And just be clear, the onset has to be right now. You have to show, even though I might find a consumer that's 35, but their onset was before 26, and they can document that they'll be eligible. So
Correct. And for ABLE eligibility, we require you to self-certify. That's where you state that you have a disability and that it began before your 26th birthday. We ask that you get a letter from a doctor, but we don't want you to turn that into us. We want to make sure you have it just in case you're ever asked by the IRS or by Social Security. And all that letter needs to say is that, yes, you have a disability and that it likely began before your 26th birthday.
And let me one more thing. This offsets, let's say an individual, and this happens a lot, people who have accidents and all of a sudden don't have the resources, they go on Medi-Cal or on programs. So there's a financial eligibility to be on Medi-Cal, and all of a sudden you need hand controls, or you need a modification in your house. So people want to donate to help you get that. This money could be offset and will not be counted against you to knock you off.
That's correct. So
That is
with
correct.
the CalABLE account,
Yeah.
you can save above and beyond those resource limits of programs like SSI or Medicaid.
Right.
And you can receive gifts or donations from friends and family, and those aren't counted as income against those programs. So it really is a fantastic opportunity to be able to manage your own finances and get help from others.
True.
And you can save up to $100,000, right?
Yes.
In that
And it's
account.
not counted against programs like SSI.
Now you say 100,000, let's say you got some money or you use up 50,000, you can get some more donations, go up to 100,000.
Again, anything in your CalABLE account below $100,000 is disregarded by Social Security.
I can't, I've been working a lot right now, primarily with people with traumatic brain injuries, and I see issues coming out when they come home and modifications and things that have got to go on, even maybe therapy and so forth, that may help them live
Yes.
independently. And this family members want to help, but then there's this issue going back and forth. Well, oh, if I do that, they'll be knocked off of this and this and that.
Right.
This is
Right.
this is great. So anyhow, good program.
Yeah, and it's very easy to access. Once you open it up, you go to the website, you can check where your investments are. I mean, so it's very easy to use all of the programs.
Thanks.
Thank
And
you.
we have monthly public meetings too. So people can attend our meetings. They can go through our website. We have all of the meeting agenda and the minutes, any of the handouts that was discussed at these meetings are all online.
Great. Thank you so much for that information. And I think that one of the other program that you just talked about, the Hope account, is really going to help out a lot of people. So that's a good program. You've done a lot of good things, and your office have done a lot of good things within the last years. So on, what's your plan of doing more good things in future? And if you have anything that you'd like to share with us?
Well, we've been very focused on housing, right? Because that has been a priority for the governor, and we know that there is a housing crisis. So I chair the SDAC and TCAC, which oversees and administers the bonds and the tax credits that go for affordable housing. So over the last 4 years, we've approved more new construction applications than ever before. Now, the economy, given what's happening with interest rates slowing down, we are going to probably focus on more acquisition rehab, because a lot of the buildings that have been out there, they're aging, and they also need repairs and maintenance and elevators and all of that. And so hopefully this year we will start funding more of these rehab projects. I've also been issuing more veterans bonds for the CalVet program. So if you are a veteran and looking to buy your home, please reach out to CalVet. There is money for that down payment assistance program. We also embarked on our first student housing project on a community college site. That is the Santa Rosa Community College. It was a $64 million bond. I think it produced 326 student housing units. And that is also going to be a game changer for people who are going to community college, because many of them are living hand to mouth. They're living in their car, they're homeless. And so having available housing is going to be key. And if any community college districts, campuses have any extra land and they want to build housing, please let us know. We are embarking in that sphere as well. So housing is still going to be the priority. Financial savings like these programs, as well as financial literacy. I'm trying to do a little more work with junior achievement, trying to get our young people, junior high and high school, some sort of financial literacy education and training, so that when they go to college, they don't start getting these free credit cards and not knowing that, you know, the interest rates are 28% and someone has to pay it back. It is not free. And once their credit gets impacted, then it's a whole domino effect to everything else that's going to happen in their life. So we are trying to catch more of these young people at an earlier age and educate them on financial literacy. And then all of my other programs, we've been issuing bonds. We issue bonds twice a year to help, you know, rebuild the roads, the bridges, the tunnels, many of the infrastructure needs. We've got $1 trillion worth of infrastructure needs here in the state. And so making sure we issue those bonds, as well as for the different government buildings and CSU, UC, and also the community college system. So working very closely with the schools. And then when there's any sort of, you know, emergency, you know, we are there to work with the banks, try to infuse more money into local headquartered banks so that they can disperse money out to those communities if there is a fire or a tornado or a mudslide. We are always working, you know, with our local communities to try to make sure that our residents can get back on their feet as soon as possible. So we are in the business of banking. We take in the money and then we distribute the money for all sorts of purposes. So please reach out to us if you have projects that have been sitting around because of lack of funding. Maybe we could help.
Great. Thank you so much. You're one of the good bankers. So
thank you.
Glad to have you here. And again, you've shared a great deal of information. I know you're busy, and with my deepest gratitude, I appreciate your being here. Hopefully you'll come back and see us soon. And thank you, Dante and Anne, for coming on this event and always sharing good information. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you all too. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.